Hi guys, this video is to help you with your Unit 8 review sheet. And we're going to start by looking at question number 4. It says to graph the scatter plot using the given data. So we're going to plot our points. I see that I have an average of 12, so I'm going to go over. I know 12 is in between 10 and 15, and go up 25, which I know is in between 20 and 30. And I'm going to put a dot. I'm going to graph the rest of those points while you do that on your paper. Okay, so now that we have those points plotted, we can describe the correlation illustrated by the scatter plot. And so right away, I noticed that that should be a positive correlation, because if I was to draw my line of best fit, I would see that it had a positive slope. So I'm going to call it a positive linear correlation. Okay, next says to draw a trend line on the scatter plot constructed above. So I'm going to get out my ruler, and I'm going to adjust my ruler so that my ruler is going through a y-intercept. Okay, and I'm going to look at what exactly it is that I'm measuring here. This is the mammals of the world and their age, the average age and the maximum age. And so again, I'm going to line my ruler here, and when I do that, I'm going to start with my y-intercept, and I want to pick a y-intercept that will be easy for me to identify. So I see that if I have a y-intercept of 10, that I could make a line that sort of goes through the middle of my data there. The other point that I'm sort of looking at when I'm connecting 2 points would be to go over 40 and up 80. If I connect those 2 points, I'm making a line right about through the center of my data. Notice I'm not putting arrows on the bottom of my data because it doesn't make sense that I would have an animal that has a negative age. Okay. Question number 17 says to write the equation for the line drawn in number 16. When we drew our line, we did it very specifically so that it would be easy to find the slope in the y-intercept. Remember, my y-intercept was 10, so I can figure that out right away. And now I need to find my slope. I'm going up here, so from 10 to 80, that's 70. And then going across from 0 to 40 is 40. So my rise is 70 and my run is 40. So that could reduce to a rise of 7 over 4, and then we fill in our x. Remember, your answer might be slightly different based on where you wiggled your ruler so that it traveled about through the middle of your data. Okay, next we're to explain what the slope and the y-intercept mean in the context of this question. So, the slope is 7 over 4, and that would be 1.75, and our y-intercept is 10. And so looking at our graph here, I know slope is the change in y over the change in x. So I'm going to use the words from my table. So I see the x word is average, and the y word is maximum. So it's the change in maximum age per change in average age. And if we had a little bit more description there in the text, we could add some description to that. But because the text doesn't really tell us a lot about what animals we're talking about, our description there isn't very descriptive. Okay. So then our y-intercept is at the point 0, 10. So with an average age of 0, we're looking at a maximum age of 10. So animal with average age of 0 would have a max age of 10. Use the equation from number 17 to predict the maximum longevity for an animal with an average longevity of 33. So we know average was our x value. So we're going to plug that number in for x. And so I have my equation, y equals 7/4 x plus 10. And so instead of the x, I'm going to take that out and I'm going to put in the number 33. And then I'm going to plug that into my calculator. Alright, so typing that into my calculator, I get 67.75. So that's saying that the maximum longevity of an animal could be approximately 33, with an average longevity of 33 years, would be approximately 67 3/4 years. And I'm going to label that with our unit, which is years. Okay. If you have any questions, please let us know.